What's up, Guardians? Profane here. Thanks for checking out the video. Today I'd like to talk about how Bungie has saved the future of Destiny 2 by incorporating RogueLite Game Mechanics into Season of the Deep. For those unfamiliar with this term, RogueLite is a subgenre of roleplay games that typically include dungeon crawls with levels that react and evolve based on your actions and previous progressions. This takes those familiar traits that players get accustomed to and puts a twist on the formula by randomizing different elements of the player's interactions, making each attempt its own unique experience. RogueLite is not to be confused with roguelike, which is another similar subgenre of roleplay games, but one that adheres to a much stricter rule that typically includes permanent death of your characters, like you would have from Diablo 4's hardcore mode. In Season of the Deep, we have seen RogueLite game mechanics added into the Deep Dive seasonal activity. This new 3-man activity sends Guardians down into the methane sea of Titan to discover the hidden mysteries surrounding Asa, Sloan, and the origins of the Witness. So far this season, deep dives have been one of the most fulfilling and entertaining activities that Bungie's seasonal content has produced in a very long time. And there's still several more weeks of content ahead, with a new exotic scout rifle that is still yet to be discovered. What makes this activity so much different than anything we've seen out of Destiny's previous seasonal content is that each time you go into a deep dive, you're going to have a much different experience than you did in the previous run-through. Bungie has added in several layers of randomized events and modifiers that affect each of the encounters within the deep dive differently. And within each of these encounters, players have the ability to change the course of each encounter and the next encounters, triggering different objectives and different mini-bosses with the potential for more bountiful rewards. While the final boss may be the same, the path to get there plays out differently each and every time. This adds an extra level of challenge for players, and it breaks up the mundane, boring grind that we've grown accustomed to out of Destiny's recycled seasonal content. And it turns it into a much more fulfilling and joyful experience, one that has seen deep dives become a huge hit so far this season. If Bungie can take the successes from these deep dives and find ways of incorporating RogueLite mechanics into more content in the future, it's possible that we could end up seeing dungeons, strikes, and even raids featuring RogueLite mechanics. It's no secret that players love to be surprised, to have the adrenaline pumping, and RogueLite game mechanics offer an incredibly unique and creative way for Bungie to provide this to Guardians. Bungie has gone through great lengths to provide Guardians with interesting, creative, and fun activities this season. It's actually quite astonishing if you think about it. We've had fishing, underwater activities, a new dungeon with amazing loot, and RogueLite game mechanics. While many may think Destiny's time is coming to an end, Season of the Deep has been Bungie's subtle way of saying that they're not done with this game. If you can't already tell, I've been a huge fan of everything this season and everything Bungie's doing right now. I can't wait to see what the upcoming seasons and Final Shape have to offer. And with that being said, I'd love to hear your thoughts and impressions of the Season of the Deep, the deep dives, their RogueLite mechanics, and everything else going on in Destiny 2. Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you as always for checking out today's video. If you enjoyed it, then be sure to hit that like button below, the subscribe button if you're new, and also that share button. All are greatly appreciated and all really do help support the channel. And until next time, Guardians, this has been Profane, wishing you all some happy hunting.